Today we are going to focus all in the spine. So I don't know what about you, but in these Corona days, I find myself sitting a lot in front of the computer and I feel my spine is slowly getting like, so this is the time for us to loosen it, stretch it, strengthen it. We're going to do a nice Vinyasa yoga practice, which basically means that we are walking step by step, Vinyasa Krama, toward the goal and slowly coming down from it. So we're going to start with our mountain pose, Tadasana, standing our feet hips distance apart. And for the gentlemen in the class, you can bring your big toes together and your heels together. But for the women, we have wider pelvic, and so we need a wider stand. Let's lift our toes up, spread them widely and put them down on the ground, slightly bending the knees. Let's direct our tailbone just a bit toward the ground and straighten the knees back. Okay, placing our shoulders above the hips, the top of the head above the shoulders, and imagine this one golden string stretches our head up toward the sky. So this is our basic position. We're going to start with our arms from the side all the way up, bending down and forward, Uttanasana, head toward the knees. You can place your palms on the legs or on the ground if you reach. And let's open up halfway, placing the palms on the shins or on the ground if you reach, and back down, Uttanasana. Let's take the arms all the way up. And take an Anjali Mudra Namaste to the heart. So the first variation is arms from the side. If you feel that your spine is built up for that, let's take the arms from the front up. It's a bit more challenging. And the arms from the front down as we are coming down. And let's take them backward and up. Placing the palms on the shins or on the ground if they reach. Straight spine and release down. Taking the arms from the front and all the way up. And Anjali Mudra Namaste to the heart. So yogi's choice, you can take the arms from the side if you need a bit more comfort for your spine, or the arms from the front if you want a bigger challenge. So let's start with our Surya Namaskar, our sun salutation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down and forward. Let's take our arms backward and up, continuing the movements. Taking the arms to the shins, opening up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, and releasing. Taking the right leg, big step backward, knee down on the ground. Inhale. We're going to start this variation by taking the left leg backward into down facing dog. Stretching forward into plank pose, bringing our shoulders above the wrist, pulling the heels backward and your tummy tucked. We're going to take an inhale here, and since it's our first sequence of the day, let's be soft and take the knees down to the ground and bend our elbows close to the ribs. Stretching forward and up dog, and lifting the knees up from the ground. And let's bring the knees back down. And through the cat, the Chakravarti, we're going to come to the down-facing dog for 3 breaths. That's okay if you want to take from time to time a big sigh from the mouth. As for the rest of the practice, we will breathe in and out through the nose. Let's take the right leg up and backward. And bring the right foot in between the palms. If it doesn't reach, please help with the hand, taking the left knee down, opening the chest, inhale. Let's take the left foot forward. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, releasing down and forward. Let's take the arms from the side all the way up to standing and back to the heart. Releasing the hands. Let's do the other side. I will turn another light on. Okay. Arms through the side. Inhale. Let's try to take the arms from the front if it feels good for the spine. All the way down and continuing the movement backward and up. Taking the arms to the mat or to the shins. Straight spine. crown of the head forward, tailbone backward, and release all this length down. Taking the left foot, big step backward, knee down to the ground, opening the chest. And let's take the right foot backward into down facing dog. Stretching forward into the plank pose, bringing the shoulders above the wrist, shoulders away from the ears, and the heels are pulling us back. Let's inhale here. Taking the knees down, bringing the elbows close to the ribs. And we are bending them in an approximately 90-degree angle. Stretching forward and up, lifting the knees. And bringing the knees down through the cat, coming to down facing dog and taking 4 breaths. And since it's our first dog of the day, we can be loose with that. Our main focus is the spine. So if you need to slightly bend your knees, you can do that. And if you want to shake your head a bit, you can do that as well. Next inhale, let's take the left leg up. Then on the exhale, bring it forward, taking the knee down. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, bringing the right leg forward, release the head. Opening up halfway, straight spine, top of the head forward, tailbone backward, and exhale, release all this length. Taking the arms from the front or the side, your choice, to come all the way up to standing. And back to the heart. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do one more time each side, this time picking up a notch a bit. So we're going to make it a bit more challenging. We're not going to place the knees on the ground when we are coming to Chaturanga. If you want and you need the softer version, please bend your knees, place them on the ground. But if you want to challenge yourself, we can try that. So let's take the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, down and forward. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, release. Right foot, big step backward, knee on the ground. And now we're going to try a slightly different variation. Instead of coming to the down facing dog, we're simply going to take the left foot backward into the plank pose. So again, shoulders away from the ears. With the next exhale, slightly lifting the right leg. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale the left leg. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, bending the elbows and coming closer to the ground, stretching up and forward. Up dog. You can put your knees on the ground and come through the cat to down facing dog, or transition directly to the down facing dog, your choice. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So as I said, our main focus in this down facing dog is our spine, a long and straight spine. So if we need to bend the knees for that, please do that. And most of us, we need to widen our shoulder blades a bit. So make sure that your shoulders are relaxed and wide. And the sensation is if we are pushing the body away from the mat using our hands. Taking the right leg up and backward, we're going to rotate our foot 4 times to one direction. And 4 times to the other direction. And now we're going to bring the weight forward into our hands and bring the right foot in between our palms. And if it doesn't reach, you can help it with the hand, taking the left knee down and opening the chest. Left foot forward, Uttanasana. Coming up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, release. Let's take the arms from the front or the side, your choice, all the way up. And back to the heart. Let's inhale and exhale here. Lowering the hands, and we're going to do one last round, taking the arms all the way up. Uttanasana, exhale, head toward the knees, continuing the movement with the arms backward and up. Coming up halfway, straight spine, the straightest as you can. I don't know if it's really a verb. The most straight that you can, and releasing down. Taking the left foot, big step backward, knee down on the ground. Opening the chest. And again, let's take the right foot backward and come straight away to Dandasana, the stick, plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lifting the left leg up, just slightly. Inhale. Take it down. Exhale, right leg up. Inhale, take it down. And the next exhale, bending the elbows close to the ribs and coming forward and up, up dog. Exhale all the way back. And in this down facing dog, we're going to stay for 5 breaths. Let's look forward toward our palms, slightly bend the knees and slightly bend the elbows and rotate the middle part of the elbow forward. So this rotation creates an outer rotation all the way to the shoulder blades. And we're going to straighten the elbows back. Just one more breath here. Taking the left leg up and backward, we're going to rotate the foot 4 times to one direction and 4 times to the other direction. Picking it up and bringing the weight forward to our palms and bringing the left foot forward as well. Taking the right knee down, inhale, open the chest. And let's take the right foot forward. Coming up halfway, straight spine, shoulders away from the ears, and exhale, release. Arms from the front or the sides, all the way up to standing. And back to the heart. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Okay, so I hope we woke the body up just a bit, and now we're going to continue with our standing asana sequence. So let's take the right foot, right knee up and backward, and we're going to take the right foot, big step backward, making sure that the left heel is in the middle of the right foot's arch. And maybe you need to adjust your stance, spread the feet wider or more narrow. And a few pinpoints here, we want to make sure that we are not collapsing to our lower spine's arch, like the duck pose, but rather we are anchoring our tailbone down to the ground and making sure that our lower back and lower ribs are full. We're going to take a big circle with our hands up, bringing the arms to shoulder level and bending the left knee above the ankle. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bending the left knee. One more time, and we are going to stay in our Virabhadrasana 2. Making sure that our pelvis stays parallel and the left side is not higher than the right one. You can make sure that your belt line is parallel to the ground. Our aspiration is to be like Virabhadra, the hero, the warrior, bringing the chin just above the left shoulder as much as we can, and sending our left arm forward, 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 and the right arm backward, backward, backward. And now we're going to straighten both of our legs, and let's bring our hands to the hips. I just want to show one movement before we get into the asana. We're just moving our hips one side up and the second side up, like we are doing the twist. So when we come to the Trikonasana, please remember this movement of the hips, of the pelvic. We want to stay with a straight spine, and just the pelvic is doing the side rotation. Okay. So let's take the arms to the side, and with the exhale, stretching the left arm forward, 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 allowing the right hip to come to the right, and release the hand on the leg wherever it reaches. We're going to take the right arm, the upper arm, up, just above the head, looking up if it's possible, and taking the right arm behind the hips and looking down. If you find it too confusing for your balance, you can just keep your gaze down. Otherwise, we're going to send our right arm in a rainbow up and take it down. We're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale down. And this last time, we're just going to keep it up. What we want to accomplish here is both sides of the ribs are straight and long. So don't feel that you are compressing the lower side of the ribs, but rather both sides stays long. You can imagine yourself leaning against the wall, keeping the hips and the head on the same plane. Making sure that we are not collapsing on the left knee. We can micro bend it just to make sure that we are activating the muscles. And now let's take the right arm down toward the left leg, rotate the chest so it will be parallel to the ground. And on the exhale, we're going to lift our left arm into twisted triangle, Paradriti Trikonasana. Our main focus here is to keep the shoulder blade and the arm aligned. So if I'm opening the arm too much, I'm no longer aligned with my shoulder blade. If we want to twist more, we are starting from the navel to the chest, to the shoulders. And the gaze is toward the opened arm. Just 1 more breath here. And let's release the hands down and taking the right foot forward, bending the knees. Let's take the arms from the sides all the way up and back to the heart. So we're going to take just a few moments for a Samasthiti observation point, spreading our feet a bit so we are stable. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes or just point your gaze down. And see how the left side of the body feels, the one that we just stretched, and the right side. Maybe one feels longer or more anchored to the ground. And let's take our hands to the hips, and we're going to come to the other side. So taking the left knee up and sending the left foot all the way back. Adjusting our feet so we are bringing the right heel to the center of the left foot's arch. And again, making sure that both sides of the hips are at the same level. Anchoring our tailbone down to the ground, making sure that our spine is full. I don't know about you, but my natural structure is overarched, overflexed. And so it requires energy for me and bringing my awareness to really straighten a bit more the back part. Let's take our hands all the way up in a big sphere around, and exhale, bringing the arms to shoulder level, bending the right knee. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale, down. 1 more time, inhale, exhale. Let's bring our awareness and gaze into our right foot, right knee, and make sure that the right knee is directly above the ankle. It does not flow inward or outward. It does not pass the ankle line, because then it can put too much pressure on the knee joint. Sending the shoulder blades down along the spine. And let's bring our hands to our hips and straighten the right knee. And again, we're going to do the twist mode, the twist movement, just to bring our mobility from the hips. We're going to take this mobility into the Trikonasana, the triangle, taking our arms to shoulder level and stretching the right arm to the right and down. And again, we want to keep both sides of the ribs long and straight, taking the left arm up above the head, looking up if it's possible, and taking the left arm behind the back, and gazing down to the ground. We're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Taking the left arm up, and we're going to look up. We're going to stay in the Trikonasana. Again, we can imagine that we have a great wall behind us, and we want to place the hips, the middle of our shoulder blades, and the back side of the head onto this one wall. Let's take our left arm down, parallel our chest to the ground, and with the exhale, we're going to open the right arm, Paravriti Trikonasana. Again, making sure that the right arm is a continuum line of the scapula. If we want to twist more, we're going to start from the navel to the chest, to the shoulder. And releasing both arms along the right leg. Let's bring the left foot forward. Release our head. Slightly bend the knees. We're going to come up again in yoga. We are coming up with a straight back, meaning that we are lifting the head and the upper back first. Let's take the arms from the side, and then from the hip joint, coming all the way up and bringing the hands to the heart.